Hello everyone, my name's Ally Sherrick and I'm a time tunneler. And for today's video, I'd like to talk to you about Alfred the Great. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know the story about King Alfred, King of the West Saxons, burning the cakes when he was in hiding in the marshes, trying to escape from the Vikings, who were busy attacking his lands. Now, we don't know if that story is true, but it's certainly true that he was hiding out in the marshes from the Vikings. He just lost a battle and he needed to regroup and prepare to fight them again if he was going to save his kingdom. And this week is actually the anniversary of that successful battle that he fought, the Battle of Ethandun in 878, so many years ago. And fortunately, from that point onwards, Alfred did begin to win back against the Vikings, who'd taken over large parts of the north and the east of England. In fact, his kingdom was the only Anglo-Saxon kingdom left. And he did this, he defeated them by introducing a number of different things, including improvements to his army. He also introduced a navy of longships to match those of the Vikings, and he also brought in a number of fortifications to towns in his kingdom. But I want to talk to you in particular about something else that he did while he was king, which was to encourage the use of English and to encourage people to read and to write English through the translation of a number of important texts, some of which he did himself, and also, most significantly, through the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, which it's believed was begun during his reign, later in his reign in the 890s. And the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle is a sort of collection of entries, a diary, if you like, of the whole history of Britain from the Roman invasion under Julius Caesar, stretching all the way up to and including Alfred's reign. And actually it went beyond that, because what Alfred did was he ordered for copies of this chronicle to be made and to be sent out to the monasteries in his lands. These were the places where people wrote the ancient manuscripts and kept records. And these chronicles, these different versions of the chronicle, continued right up to beyond the Norman conquest in some places. And they were records of important events. Now, that might be deaths of kings and queens or other well-known people, or possibly also important battles that happened. There were lots of battles in the Anglo-Saxon period, as we've just been hearing. Also strange, what they call natural phenomena, things like strange comets appearing in the sky. And I'm going to give you a little example of that in just a minute. Now, importantly, these diary entries were written in English, in Old English as it was known, and they were basically written in prose, but in some cases there were poems included as well. So this is an example of an entry which I'm now going to read you, and it's actually from a time before Alfred's reign, and it's all about the Vikings attacking an island in the north of England called Lindisfarne, and here it is. The year 793. Here were dreadful forewarnings come over the land of Northumbria, and woefully terrified the people. These were amazing sheets of lightning and whirlwinds, and fiery dragons were seen flying in the sky. A great famine soon followed these signs, and shortly after, in the same year, on the 6th day before the Ides of January, the woeful inroads of heathen men destroyed God's church in Lindisfarne Island by fierce robbery and slaughter. Okay, so that's one of the very colourful entries in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicles. And for this week's writing challenge, I would like you to have a go at writing your own entry for your own local chronicle. And I want you to think of an important event that's happened to you or your family, or perhaps your local community. Now, it might be an important birthday, it might be the visit of someone really famous, or perhaps it's a protest about something like a new road being built. And I want you to imagine you are one of those Anglo-Saxon scribes in the monasteries writing down the entry, but please try and make it as dramatic as possible. And if you can include a fiery dragon or two, that would be fantastic. Happy chronicling! Bye.